Oh, hello, Spirit House here. I wanted to add on to the information in my previous video that I made about 2 days ago about safe heavy metal detox. Now, I want to remind people this my disclaimer is this is not medical advice. This is based upon my own health research and my credentials as a master herbalist, nutritionist. I am not a medical doctor. Before you attempt any of these things, ad- I advise that you do your own research and consult a medical professional before this, whether this is a naturopathy or an integrative medicine doctor. I would recommend. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know I don't have those credentials. Okay, this is based on anecdotal evidence and years of research and other people's evidence that have used this protocol. Okay, so with that aside, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the use of alpha lipoic acid and thiols um, to for safe and protocols that I found was gentle and safe with my own body and other people have found was the most agreeable. Okay, this is anecdotal evidence. But at any rate, alpha lipoic acid is a fat soluble amino acid, which means it can penetrate fat, and it is a also a powerful antioxidant. And a thiol, what a thiol is, it's also known as a mercaptan, and it's known as a mercaptan because it can bond with mercury and carry it out of the bloodstream if taken right. Okay, carry it out of the body, the fatty tissues of the body, the brain. And alpha lipoic acid, as I mentioned before, is one of the only known supplements on the market that you can buy at the health food store that crosses the blood-brain barrier and can penetrate the fatty tissue in the brain and carry certain toxins out, especially heavy metals. Okay, so that's but a thiol is also known as a mercaptan. It's an organic compound with a sulfhydryl group, which is negative SH, if you want to know what it is on the table. It's a sulfur atom bonded to hydrogen, is what it is. And I'm not going to get too far into the chemistry because I know a lot of people don't understand this stuff. I don't want to, I just want to stay on topic. But anyway, it is also a powerful antioxidant that helps to stabilize protein structures. If you want to look into redox reactions, you can. Some of the, I'll give a couple of examples because one of these I'm going to go into later to help support you if you decide to do this natural heavy metal detox, some things that will support your system. But anyway, a couple of course, alpha lipoic acid, cysteine, the cysteine groups like N-acetylcysteine, a common amino acid that contains a thiol group, okay, and glutathione. Glutathione is produced by your liver. It's probably the body's strongest defense against toxins going through the liver. The liver produces it. But anything that you take that's or breathe or drink or eat, anything is toxic. It has toxins and it has to go through your liver your liver is the filter of your body. Okay, so you want it to be able to produce a lot of glutathione. A healthy liver does that because that is an antioxidant that your body makes that is the biggest defense against anything you get, like a virus, the flu, everything needs glutathione to detox through your liver. So I'll touch on that a little bit later. I just wanted to talk about some of the properties of alpha lipoic acid first, and what worked for me. Let me say that what worked for me is basically the safest way I believe that's worked for that other people have testified to and give testimonies on is and it's really you have to be committed if you really want to do this and you have some kind of or you suspect a heavy metal toxicity. You should first get a hair and urine test, but you need to challenge it with something like this to see if you're excreting stuff, first. But at any rate, I don't recommend the lowest dose you can get in the health food store is 300 milligrams, but to be safe because it's best to take it around the clock for a few days. okay, every 3 hours. And I know that's brutal, but I mean, if you really, really want results, this is what I found it worked best based on testing and all kinds of stuff. Is to take it around the clock, but only take 100 milligrams. So, what you want to do is buy some vegetable capsules, or some of those vegetarian capsules, or glycerin capsules that are empty, and split one tablet, one capsule of alpha lipoic acid that you buy in 300 milligrams, split that into three in thirds. And so, like 100 milligrams every 3 hours for 4 or 5 days, taking 3 days off completely after the 4 days, or 5 days taking 2 days off to let your help your body. You don't want to be too hard on it, because when you're detoxing stuff, it's it's a little bit hard on your body. You're moving things around that have been possibly deep seated there for a long time, and your body needs support through that, and you need a lot of rest. And if you're waking up every 3 hours in the night to take something, you only want to do it. I found what worked best for me was 4 days on, 3 days off. Like, I take Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and I do it for 4 days around the clock every 3 hours, setting alarms. And the whole idea of that is that you want to keep a flow of heavy metals coming out of your body, excreted through your urine, mostly in your hair. Some of it gets excreted in feces, but it's mostly through urine and hair. So you want to keep that flow, that train going for as long as possible without stressing your body too much, because once you stop taking it, whatever is left in your bloodstream, or it can be redistributed through the body, and you're always going to face that. But it's better to take a rest between the intervals that you're taking it around the clock. And another good thing, glutathione is a wonderful thing. You can't take it, unfortunately. People will sell it, but in my research, it gets destroyed if you take it in a capsule. Glutathione, it will be destroyed by your stomach acid. So the best ways I found to take it, and one of these is kind of invasive, but I actually found it gave me a lot of energy, and I didn't mind it after a while, was methyl B12 shots, methylcobalamin, methyl B12. And I would get they're little teeny shots that you could get from a compounding pharmacy that you can ask your doctor for. And you pinch the fat on your bottom and once a day, and inject this methylcobalamin, methyl B12. And that is a precursor. It's bioavailable, really bioavailable, which means your body can absorb it well doing it. And there's another way. If you don't want to do that, I understand. That's kind of invasive, okay? There's another way that works pretty well. But you get these preloaded shots from a compounding pharmacy. They are fairly expensive. But like I was saying, it's a precursor to glutathione. So what the methyl B12 shots will do, it will help your liver produce more glutathione naturally, okay? You can also take it sublingually, which means under the tongue. You can buy it in drops at the health food store to squirt under your tongue and hold it there for a few minutes so that you absorb it that way. Or you can get like sublingual tablets. I think the drops are a little bit better, honestly, but that you let dissolve under your tongue. So that's another much less invasive, less expensive way to take B12. I would I would recommend it for anybody, especially if you're a vegetarian, but anybody that's doing any kind of detox like this, or even parasite detox or anything like that. I would take B12 definitely, because there's really no good way to take glutathione unless you get an IV, unless you get specialized IVs, which I had to do for my children, but they were very sick at one point. So I would just, there's no really good way to take glutathione. They have patches. They have patches too that you can put on your skin, and it helps a little bit, I will say, but I just think the B12 will help your body naturally produce the methyl B12 will help your body produce more glutathione naturally. I would try that first under the tongue, or if you can afford it through a compounding pharmacy. But anyway, that's another example of a thiol group. It's a tripeptide, glutathione is, with a thiol group important for antioxidant defense and detox. So that goes over the glutathione. So anyway, that's just kind of what I wanted to give you information about. I hope it helps. And yeah, like I would say, do your own research and definitely consult a physician or professional before you attempt any of these things. But I would also, just take anything that supports your immune system, like I was mentioning before, while you're doing this, like maybe a zinc tablet, some magnesium, vitamin C. Bio C is my favorite. Um, Bio Bio C. It's called Bio C. I get my supplements at kind of a independent health food store here, so I don't know if it'll be called the same thing, but it's bioavailable, or Ester C. Ester C is in an orange, big orange bottle. The capsules are easier for me to swallow, but anyway, Ester C or Bio C would be my recommendation for that. Just give yourself a lot of antioxidants, vitamin E, um, you know, just, any kind of antioxidant that would support your immune system during this time. And as I said before, some elderberry might help too, some tea. And I also, another thing I forgot to mention before in my previous video is with the Sambucus negre, which is the black European elderberry extract, which is a powerful antiviral, really good for flu or anything for the prevention of it. The tea that I order from Amazon, I mentioned, it's called Immunity Now. And then Buddha makes a tea that's got black elderberry and ashwagandha and all kinds of stuff that's also excellent. But Immunity Now is just like black elderberry, and that's the one that I order from Amazon because it's hard to find in the health food or the grocery store lately. So I usually order that one. I can't remember whether it's Traditional Medicinals that makes it or if it's another brand. But anyway, it's called Immunity Now is the brand name. So if you can look that up, that the tea is excellent. It tastes so good. So anyways, I hope this helps, and I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.